Pokemon Day is coming up. 30th anniversary of Pokemon. That's crazy. I always forget that I'm a year older than Pokemon. On one hand, I'm looking forward to seeing what they talk about. We already know about one thing that they're announcing. I'm hoping the rest of it isn't just, no offense, but garbage. I would love it if we get to see the announcement of the next generation, and hopefully it looks a lot better than Scarlet and Violet. But we'll see. So on the 27th, when is the 27th? That's on Friday. So on Friday, we get to see the Pokemon Day, Pokemon Presents announcement, where we'll be seeing a few other things. I think it's the longest Pokemon Presents yet. It's only 25 minutes, but that's the longest one they've ever done. So hopefully we get some sort of big announcement other than what we're getting. The fact that we got this announcement on Friday, in my opinion, tells me that there must be something at least bigger than that. But I also think they may have released or made this announcement because of leaks. I might be wrong though. But, well, what did they announce? Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen are coming to the Nintendo Switch family, which I think is really cool. We're gonna watch the trailer here, but let's go through this first. Capture wild Pokemon and recapture the nostalgic feel of the Game Boy Advance system when Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen versions return for the first time in over 20 years on the Nintendo Switch. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's so cool. I remember getting Leaf Green back when I was a kid, so it's a long time ago. Each of these digital-only releases are available individually in English, French, or Spanish on My Nintendo Store, and the eShop. New and returning players can celebrate 30 years of Pokemon by exploring the Kanto region and reuniting with some of their favorite Pokemon and characters in their original settings. Longtime fans will enjoy taking a trip back to where it all began, while newcomers can experience firsthand some of the earliest appearances of iconic characters and settings. In these Switch versions of the 2004 remakes of the first Pokemon games, Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green, originally released in Japan in '96, players can encounter the game's original 151 Pokemon. Enjoy the classic soundtrack and turn-based gameplay and meet up familiar faces like Brock, Misty, Professor Oak, and Giovanni. These classic Game Boy Advance RPGs feature all of the updates introduced during the Game Boy Advance era, including abilities, natures, weather conditions, held items, and the ability to select your player character's gender. Nintendo Switch players can also now link up with friends via local co-op without the need to use a Game Link cable like you did in 2004. I would hope so. Get ready to experience the challenges and rewards of Kanto for the first time, or for the first time in a long time. That right there is me. This is where my problem is. $20 US, $30 Canadian. I hate that it's that expensive. I really hate that it's that expensive. I think this should be a $10 or $15 thing. US, and then that's what, 20, 25 bucks Canadian, I guess. That part is disappointing, but it is what it is. So now let's watch the trailer because it's going to be a hit of nostalgia for me. Oh man. Turn it up a bit for you. Charmander's the right choice, let's be honest here. And that right there is most people's first lesson. When you white it out. And you confronted a sinister organization. Good old Giovanni. I think he's called Blue, but it's Gary from Stinkin' the Anime. Yeah, it's Blue. There's the legendaries. I don't think I've ever actually gotten Mewtwo. Crazy, right? There we go. I would go with FireRed, to be perfectly honest. And it's on the 27th. Perfect. That's the announcement there. I am actually looking forward to it. I don't think I'm going to get them right away. I do actually plan on playing through the entire Pokemon franchise at some point. But my original plan is to play their original, like best versions. I don't know if Yellow is considered best, but I want to play through Yellow. I want to play through Crystal. I want to play through Emerald. I want to play through Platinum, right? And that's kind of my hope. That's what I plan on doing. But with these, I would honestly like to play through them eventually too. So what I may end up doing is going through the entire mainline franchise. Yellow, Crystal, Emerald, Platinum, Black 2 or Black and White 2. Y, Sun, Scarlet, no, Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet. I don't think I'm missing any. I might be though. And then whatever comes next, right? I would like to do that. But at some point, I think I would like to then go back and eventually do the FireRed versions. I think I would like to go through Soul Silver. I would like to go through Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire, right? And even Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl, right? One of those two, right? I think it would be cool to go through the remakes just as a separate series afterwards. Just to see where it all, start from where it all began to what it's become in one way, I guess, is a way to put it. But yeah, I think it's pretty exciting. I think it's cool. I'm glad that it's purchasable. I hate that it's 30 bucks Canadian, but I'm glad that it's purchasable and not on Nintendo Switch Online. Again, I'd much rather buy them. But here's some more images on Nintendo Life here. Of the game, of the Switch version in particular. It looks great. Looks no different if you threw it on an emulator though. But I'm looking forward to it. Again, not right away, but yeah. Yeah, no. Very much looking forward to it. It's a classic series for a reason, so. But yeah, no, that's all the news I really had to go over today. I just wanted to get all that covered because a lot got announced this week. I'm not going to probably do this every week unless something crazy happens every week. But the biggest news of the week was definitely the Xbox situation. I'm curious about how things are going to go for them, but ultimately, I wish everyone the best there. I hope everyone at Blue Point is all right as well, and is able to do whatever they need to down the road. And this is cool. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else is announced or talked about during the Pokemon Day, Pokemon Presents. Although most of the time, I'm pretty sure Pokemon Presents doesn't actually have much that interesting going on unless they've got a new generation to talk about. This is very interesting though. Now we just gotta get DS and 3DS games on the Switch. Come on, Nintendo. Let's go. Come on. Just think about how much money they could make if they did that and sold those games separately. Right? So, we'll see. All right.